Hey everybody, hope you're all doing very well. This is Fred of Kaz-Magic Arts, and I'm here to give you another tutorial on understanding more basic shapes. So today we are going to concentrate on the trapezoid, the octagon, the hexagon, the pentagon, and another shape that I'm recently finding out was actually a shape called the rhombus. I don't think anybody has ever actually gone over it in any kind of a math class or geometry. But anywho, so right now we're going to talk about a trapezoid. Trapezoid is a little bit similar to a square. Hang on just a second. All right, got that straight. You got a straight line going this way, which is fine, and you got a straight line underneath, but that straight line underneath is going to be a little bit longer than the line that's going to be up top. Now, just like a regular square, it is four sides, but you're going to have a diagonal line here, and you're going to have another diagonal line here, and there's your trapezoid. The next one we're going to talk about is going to be a pentagon, and some of you are probably familiar with that, with the government um, military bases actually based off of. So a pentagon is actually five sides. Five sides. You're going to have the top almost like a triangle, but with no bottom to it. So you get two lines diagonal, and then after that you get two more lines diagonal, but you make them a little bit wider than what you see up here. And then you got a bottom that comes out to underneath, connecting both of the lines right there. So that right there is your pentagon. The next one is going to be a hexagon, and your hexagon is actually six sides. With a line up there. And this one's a little bit tricky. You are somewhat making like a triangle, but it's not really a triangle. It's like a mixture of a triangle and a square. So you got one diagonal line here, and then you got another diagonal line there, and they're going to actually be extended out very wide. And just like what I was telling you about the shapes from the earlier ones that I've made for the previous video, you're going to actually be able to determine the middle line. So right here is your middle line. Just remember that. Now, since you found your middle line, what you're going to do is that what you see up here with two lines being diagonal but wide along with a flat top, you're actually going to reverse that underneath. So you got a line here going diagonal down, and then you got another line here going diagonal down, and then you have a bottom surface, and that right there is your hexagon. Now the octagon, some of you are familiar with that with like stop signs, and also you hear that in like UFC because they call their ring the octagon, and I think that's actually pretty unique to actually call it that. But your octagon is actually eight sides, so this one is like a hexagon, but you're gonna have two extra sides instead of six. So you got a flat line up here, and then you got one line going here, going diagonal, and then there's another line going diagonal. So here's where your extra two lines come in. You got two lines going parallel straight down. And then after you actually do that, just like what you saw with the hexagon of me finding the middle line, this here too is your middle line. So after that, what you want to do is, like the hexagon, reverse the very top up here of where you have the two diagonal line and that one flat top. So you got your diagonal line going down here, and then you got another diagonal line going down here, and then you have a flat bottom. Alright, so last but not least is the rhombus. The rhombus is actually like a square, but it's all diagonal sides. And you actually see this in like cards of where you're playing like the King of Spades or things like that. But it's basically a diamond shaped spade. I guess that's what they call it. I don't play cards that much, but you have two diagonal sides at the top, starting off like a triangle. And you basically reverse that, but let's go ahead and make our middle line here. Before I actually reverse that. Alright, so you got your trapezoid. You got your pentagon. You got your hexagon. You got your octagon. Or should I just say the fighting ring or the stop sign? And then you got your rhombus. And that right there is just the other set of other shapes for you to be able to get familiar with. But what you might want to do is actually go out and just look at maybe your surroundings, like buildings or whatever, and just find out exactly what building has a certain particular shape to them. Like stop signs for one does have the octagon shape, but look at other things that may actually be around the based around like other shapes like the circle, the triangle, the oval shape, or whatever. And if you do, try to actually like think about what middle line they use for those, because those are actually based more around like architecture and drafting. But other than that, I hope that this lesson was very helpful for those of you that are still starting off learning how to draw. And I do want to get you guys going on something else different next time. But for now, just get more familiar with the basic shapes and keep practicing them until you actually learn more about what to do with them. And thank you for watching this video. Once again, this is Fred of Kaz-Magic Arts. I hope you guys have yourselves a great day. You guys take care.